Okay. I think we are live. I haven't done this in a while, but today I just been in a nice call with my friends from the Legacy Club, and I need to thank again Niran and Richie and Annalisa for having that call set up for us, because every Monday it's another day, and especially for us, the Mondays are starting with accountability. And today we talked about prioritizing what we do. We talk about scheduling what we do, and we talk about the strategic work that we do. And there are lots of people that, you know, they go and think, oh, it's Monday. Oh, Blue Mondays, is it? What do you call it? But listen, Monday is just another day. Monday, it's just another day. You choose what that day is gonna be like. It's nobody else is gonna decide but you. And we talked about this before in one of our calls. Everything starts with you, and everything starts with your attitude. And today I want to talk about 7 things that makes a difference in what we do. And the first one, it starts with the mission. The mission is what and why, and most important, how you do what you do. Because, you know, when your focus is not there, when you have no vision, when you have no values, there is no mission. So, in order for you to become that person, to become unstoppable, to become or have a rich attitude, as my friend Richard Dolan says, you cannot have them if you don't have a great mission, if you don't have a great vision, if you don't find your purpose, if you don't respect your values. And that goes to the second out of 7. And the last one is so important. The second one, which I always love, it's the attitude. Because the attitude, it's not just important, it's extremely important. You know why? Because you need to understand there are 3 things that are happening in your mind. 3 things that are dictating your attitude. 3 things they make a huge difference in what we do, how we do it. The first one is your thoughts. How do you think that everything goes around? How many times did you actually acknowledge all the thoughts, all the millions of thoughts that are coming in your mind? How many of them do you actually acknowledge, and how many they are just going in and out without even knowing? So that's first one. The second one, it's your feelings. So your thoughts are connecting the feelings, and those feelings are either positive or they are negative. They cannot be neutral. It's either or. If you feel nothing, then you feel nothing. It cannot be, oh, I feel nothing. Well, you don't feel, there is no feeling there. So that's why your actions are based on your thoughts and your feelings. That's why your attitude is like a cocktail. It's made of 3 things: your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions. And that's what creates that cocktail, which is called attitude. The third one, which I really love, it's how you manage time. And people say you have to have a really good time management. Well, I disagree with that. And I'll tell you why. Because we all have the same time. We all have 24 hours. We all have the same Mondays. Well, depends more or less, depending how many Mondays you have. Because sometimes we have more, sometimes we have less. And this is depending how long are we on this planet. But the time management is wrong. You know why? Because it should be your management, because you control it, not time. You cannot control time. You control what you are going to do in that time. And within that time, the minute you learn how to control and take action on every second that you have, that's how you're going to make a difference. That's how you're going to create the discipline, which is more important than the motivation. All people are looking for motivation. Listen, how much motivation do you want? I have a cup here. There you go. Have some motivation. There you go. I'll put it into you. How do you think, how long that motivation do you think is going to last? Motivation is good, but discipline is better. That's why discipline is important. That's why the third one within that time management is called integrity. When you call yourself out and you call yourself in, say, listen, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. I haven't done this and I haven't done that. That's when you call yourself out and say, listen, do it right. And if you haven't read this little book, which is called U2 or U Square by Price Pritchett, listen, this is going to give you a better understanding why it's so important to control yourself and to control every second that you spend and what you allowed in your mind. Because we're going to the fourth out of seven tools towards unstoppable and reach attitude. It's what tools do you have? And this is can be personal or professional. It makes no difference. You choose because it's you anyway. We just have to have a tendency to think that me personally is different from me professionally, and for many times I decided to believe that, but then I was like, hold on a second, it's still me. I'm just wearing a different suit. It's still me, so I should be still me. But in business, you're looking on sales systems, you're looking on softwares, you're looking on marketing. So when you market yourself, how do you market yourself? When you present yourself, how do you present yourself? When you speak, how do you speak? Which book have you read to lead to that conversation? Which system are you using? For instance, for this stream, which system are you using to stream your message, to put it across to those people to understand you better? Because this is what is important. Those tools and those people are creating the next one in out of seven, number five, which is teamwork. I mean, if I didn't have those devices around me, this microphone, this camera, this computer, this phone here, you can't see it, this phone, which I was live on TikTok recently. If I didn't have them, if I didn't know them, if I didn't have those people to teach me and how I teach other people as well, I wouldn't be what I am. I couldn't be able to speak with you all. So teamwork is great because it allows you to grow faster, allows you to move faster, allows you to achieve things that you will not achieve on your own. And that's why it's so important to go back to integrity, values, missions, vision, and everything else that I said in the last four out of seven steps. All those are creating because the right people can build legacies. The wrong people can build empires and they're gonna collapse. Show me an empire that is still on, but I can show you legacies that still carry on. And look at my one of I used to call him my friend Bob, the late Bob Proctor. His legacies carry on. You can still see him. You can still see other people talking and doing his legacy. So that's why we go to number six, which is control your environment, because you are the environment. So what you bring in is what you put out. That saying karma is a bitch is so true, because what you put there is coming back. If I do this right now, see, gone. But if what is it going? You can't see where it's going because you're not in front of me. It's the same with karma. What you say is not going to come back to you straight away. It might. If you're in front of me, I'm going to hit you with the pen. But if you're not, I'm going to hit that pen. It's going to go somewhere. Probably, most likely, it's going to break my computer. So the effect of this pen or your words or your actions. It can be short or long term. You're gonna feel it at some point. So when something goes wrong in your mind, in your business, in your life, in anything that you wanna say or do, look back for at least 6 months and see what you said, what you did, what it did you not do to be where you are right now. Because that makes a huge difference. I can guarantee you, you're gonna find the answer. You're gonna see it, and this is gonna end up. And I'm gonna finish with this. This is step number 7. In order to be unstoppable, in order to be the person that you want to be, to have the business that you want to be, to have that great attitude, to have that rich attitude, you have to have and be that leader. So, leadership, it's so important. And it starts with you. If you're not that leader, if you're not that person, how would you expect anybody to follow you if you don't follow your own? And we go back to all the 6 steps that we talk about: the mission, the vision, the values, the attitude, all the thoughts and feelings and actions, the management of yourself, your time, your discipline, your integrity, the tools that you use. How are you gonna be the leader if you don't do it? How are you gonna be who you want to be if you have nobody next to you? If you have nobody next to you, create yourself. So today, I'm the leader, I'm the manager, but I'm also the 10xer, the one who's taking actions. I'm also the marketing guy. I'm also the one who's taking notes, the admin, the one who's developing. If you're on your own, it doesn't mean you're on your own. But if you are, and if you need more, reach out to me. Reach out to people that they can help you. But be careful who you're going to reach out to, because there are lots of people there. They're not the right people for you. Not because they're bad people, they're just not the right people for you. I've seen it, I've done it. I spend my time, my energy, my money in people that they're not the right people for me. It doesn't mean they're not bad people. Maybe they were, maybe they weren't. Maybe I was the bad person. But the most important part is create that leader in yourself first, and then you're gonna be leader for others, and others gonna be leader for others. So it's all about those values, that integrity. And listen, I have a great article about integrity. Reach out to me and I'll send it to you if you're interested. I can guarantee you're gonna love that article. So listen, it's all about focus. It's all about improving who you are. It's all about leadership. And you'll be, this is too hard for Monday, Blue Monday. Listen, there is no Monday. There is no anything. We just create things to measure. We create names and numbers and everything else. But today is the day you choose who you want to be. So if you want to have that unstoppable reach attitude, if you want to be great, if you want to be known for everything you do, if you want your business, your team to be the one that all the people are talking about, let's have that conversation. Because the only way for people to know you is for people to know you. Have a great day. Have a blessed day. Have a great time. And remember, you are unstoppable. If somebody else is telling you you're not, then ask yourself why you're listening. Because the only thing you need to listen to is yourself. So be careful what you talk about with yourself. Be careful what you do with yourself. And be careful what you think and feel about yourself. Have a great time. I'll speak to you soon. Reach out to me, christianvoira.com. Find me. If you don't find me, I'll find you. Right? So have a great time.